Hey guys, how you going? It's Hannah for Female. And this week I want to talk about how by becoming a better man you can be able to attract a good quality, attractive woman. Now, the first thing that I want to let you guys know is that the odds are actually in your favor. And what I mean by that is the supply of beautiful women is much greater than the supply of eligible men. And that means there's less of you and more of her. So you have a much greater choice and you're in much higher demand than the other way around. Now, I'm sure some of you guys are wondering, well, what makes an ultra attractive, eligible man? Well, it's not just looks. In fact, looks really doesn't have anything to do with it if you've watched any of my videos. And there is, I believe, a combination of certain alpha male characteristics combined with relationship building skills that really make a man ultra, hot on the market. So when I say alpha male characteristics, I mean things like assertiveness and leadership and presence and charisma and proactiveness and influence that make a woman feel really protected and safe. And then the other skills, the relationship building skills such as empathy, compassion, listening, validating, these are really important to help build that trust for a woman and to help build that kind of relationship and that foundation for something really great. Now, I believe any man can become an ultra attractive, eligible male. I believe there's certain skills and characteristics that you need to integrate into your personality so that they become more of who you are as opposed to just what you do or say. So I've kind of called this kind of 4-step process as the How to Become a Better Man plan. And I really believe that these are 4 important elements that will help integrate all of the pieces together, which will actually make you stand out from the rest of the men out there and make you really different when a woman is in your presence. So tip number 1 is sing your own song and beat your own drum. Now I know you guys might have heard of this before, but this really means about tackling life in the way that you want to tackle it. Especially in today's society, we're still kind of taught to do what everyone else is doing. It's whether you've been told to grow up and get a good stable job and then kind of get your house and get your wife and your kids and settle down, or whatever story you were told when you were young about what you thought would make your parents happy or what you just thought would make you happy. I really ask you guys to sit down and think about what that is and think about whether or not you are pursuing some of the things that you hold dearest to your heart. Things that may be a little bit different, a little bit quirky, maybe not so acceptable in today's society, but to nurture them, to hold them safely in your heart, and to take action, in your today or tomorrow that moves you towards living out that vision you had for yourself, or those things that are so important to you but sometimes you're just scared to live. And I think this is really important, not just for attracting a good quality woman into your life, but just kind of in general being fulfilled and happy with who you are and what you've done with your life so far and kind of the direction that it's going. Women are really attracted to the passion of a man and the potential of a man and kind of his vision and where he wants to go with his future, and it can be really appealing to a woman to see a guy who just knows what he wants and is going after it. So no matter how scary this may be to you right now, I would really suggest thinking about some of those things that are important to you and just doing something small that will bring you closer to accomplishing or experiencing that in your life now. The second step in the How to Become a Better Man plan is to actually set the intention of creating value wherever you go. Now, value comes in so many different forms: emotional value, spiritual value, influential value, financial value. It could come in so many different ways, shapes and forms. And I think the most important thing is to understand that when you come from a place of wanting to create value, of wanting to help, of wanting to contribute without anything in return, people are automatically magnetized to you. People want to be around you and people enjoy your company. And when you do this, it also sets in your mind that this is an abundant place, that you don't need to be desperate for anything. You don't need to be desperate for money or attention or a woman's attention or love or affection or anything like that. And so you come from a place of fullness rather than a place of, oh my god, like I'm so desperate, I'm so needy, I need all these things and I can't get them. Therefore, the more value you provide, the more unique and powerful and influential and, in command of your life you will become.